push-ups. I've been doing sit-ups. I've been doing chin-ups. I've been doing pull-ups. I threw up once, but I'm okay now.
What's up, party people, and welcome to a Tuesday edition of the Ysn Power Hour. My name is DJ Yoakley. It's an honor to be joined by each and every one of you, whether you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or Twitch or Twitter or just plain old ysnlive.com. We appreciate you spending an hour of your day with us here on the network. A lot to get to today, including a full list of pay-per-view options for you. One price, $9.99, gets every single game that we have here tonight. And certainly you're getting your money's worth tonight because, listen, Mother Nature treating us right today. But without further ado, let's get our show started because we got a lot to get to, a lot of great guests. It is time for On This Day in Sports History. Let's roll it. On this day in sports history, this might be the most interesting one we've ever had. In 1964, May 17th of that year, the first ever Tim Hortons coffee and donut shop opens in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. And here's what people might care about. Now, you might be asking yourself, why do we care about this? I'm a Dunkin' guy. Why do I care about Tim Horton? I learned something today, folks, and you learned something today too. Tim Horton was an Nhl Star and apparently a businessman now in the NHL. In the NHL, this guy started the first ever, and it looked like he played for the Maple Leafs, just judging by his jersey. It cut off who he actually played for. So I'll have to do a little research on that. But on this day in history, 1964, the first ever Tim Hortons Coffee and Donut Shop opens in Hamilton, Ontario, from Tim Horton. Like himself, took care of it. Things you learn via the good old internet. We do have a great show for you today. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get it started. Starting off today, we had an interview with Cardinal Mooney's finest. Two of the best young ladies you're ever going to want to meet, Alaina, Scavina, and, well, here's the trick. I had such a tough time with his interview, probably the most challenging time ever, because I was interviewing two girls with the same first name. So I couldn't direct them by their first name. I couldn't direct my questions to them by their first name. I had to use their last name. So you're going to hear a lot of that. You're going to see me struggle a little bit in this as well. So here, without further ado, we get the interview with Cardinal Mooney's finest, the Alainas, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. It's even better now because you get to sit down with two of the prime contenders and, well, let's just put it this way, two Alainas. So this is going to be one of the most interesting interviews I've ever done before because I can't use their first names. I have to go right to the last name. It's Alaina Scavina right here and Alaina Francis right here. Ladies, how are we today?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. You're good too, Alaina Scavina?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. First off, what an honor it is to sit down with both of you. You two have been through seemingly everything together at Cardinal Mooney, especially the softball season, and it's been such an honor to watch you kind of rise through the ranks and to have you and see you be so successful in softball has been an honor and a privilege to watch. So first off, kudos to both of you. Alaina Scavina, we'll start with you. Talk to me about the difference in this year versus years past on this softball team. There's a lot of success going around.
Yes, this year we came back with a lot of heart. After it would have been me and Alaina's sophomore year when we lost our season, and we were really looking forward to that. So we knew our junior and senior years we needed to work really hard and we needed to come together as a team to win. And I feel like this year, more than any, we've really came together and we've proved a lot of people wrong, and that we can win games and we can keep up with some of the best teams in this area.
I don't think anybody's going to disagree with that, especially your teammate and battery mate, Miss Francis. Do you feel the same way?
I think we're a lot younger this year than past years, but we're working through that and we're doing a lot better.
So when you think about all of that combined, right? So you lost a season. It had to be challenging from not only the recruitment process, but also being able to stay together as a team. And obviously at Mooney, there's a lot of history, there's a lot of tradition that you both have to go through and stay together. From a leadership standpoint, how challenging was it to kind of keep the team rallied and focused as you headed into your junior years, your sophomore years, and you know, when you didn't have a season? How did you maintain those relationships when you couldn't be close with your teammates? Alaina Francis, we'll start with you this time.
Okay. I think we did a lot of we have a group chat and we texted a lot in there, and I think everybody really wanted to make up for that season, so it wasn't really too difficult to encourage them to come out and play and do their hardest. So from a leadership point, I think it was actually pretty easy because our team just really wants to win.
Well, to want to win is one thing, but to do what you two have done with your teammates and your coaches and the program, it's been something completely different. Miss Scavina, when you look at this, it really has been, I don't want to say a dream come true, but it's been an opportunity to kind of show up and show out against the, I want to say, quote unquote, haters, that people that didn't think you could do this. Talk to me about that.
Yes, so Alaina and I have played with a lot of the girls we play against. And so we get to talk to them a lot. And when we play them, it's always fun. And even though we have a young team and maybe not as many girls who've played travel their entire life, I feel like it gives us a little bit more heart because they're not just here because they're amazing players. They're here because they want to be on that field and they want to play and they want to show people what they can do and that we can be good.
All right, so let's get to the rumors. Anthony Hartwig, the dean of girls sports in our area, told me a little rumor that when you guys are like battery mates, so when one's pitching, the other one's catching. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, so how does that work? Because at the end of the day, it's a competitive sport. I'm just guessing, just pulling this out of thin air. You two are very competitive. Do you compete against each other?
I don't think that we compete against each other. I think that we push each other a lot more when we do this because we've played together for so long that if I'm catching her, I know exactly what she needs to throw or what's maybe going through her mind in a certain situation. So it honestly makes it a lot easier for us to really settle into tough situationships.
Miss Francis?
Yeah, I'm with her completely. We've played together for many, many years, so I wouldn't want anybody else behind there to call my pitches because she knows what I want to throw and what the situation is. And even when we hit, we always encourage each other before we go up to hit, and we're just a good team.
I guess I have to ask the question, and you could tell me, and if you were smart, you would do it opposite. Who is the better pitcher and who is the better catcher out of you two?
God, I feel like we both have such a different way of pitching.
Okay.
Even growing up, everyone always knew it was so distinctive. Alaina was always the faster pitcher. She always blew it by people. And I was always more of the movement pitcher, throwing batters off. So it kind of works well together. If one team's timing her up, then maybe they can't hit the junk. So it works really well when we switch back and forth.
Alaina, same thing?
Yeah, I think it's good when we switch in the middle of the game and throw them off.
I like that. So, okay, if you have one inning to get through for a state title, and obviously that's where you're trying to get to, who wants to be the one behind the dish and who wants to be the one in the circle?
I think it depends who starts the game.
Okay.
Because I think it really goes on like how well they've been in the innings before and who's been pitching, and there's like a lot to go into it for us to like switch back and forth and like how they've been before in the game.
All right, let's get this. You both like to mash too, so it's not always about who's pitching, who's catching. It's also who's about raking at the dish. So let me ask you both this same question: would you rather be drive in the winning run or strike out the game, the ender, the end of the game, strike out to seal a state championship?
I would rather get the walk-off drive in the winning run.
Yeah. Oh. The walk-off is just, it's such an energy builder and everybody's excited. You get to like run onto the field.
That's awesome. All right,
Yeah.
The ultimate goals of this year. Let's start with you, Miss Francis. What are your ultimate goals personally and from a team standpoint?
My ultimate goals this year, I'd like for my batting average to be pretty high, and then for my team, I want us to go as far as we possibly can, and I really want us to beat South Range and maybe like some bigger teams and win the districts, maybe. That would be cool.
Good old South Range's name just keeps keeps coming out for everybody. Everybody wants a piece of the Lady Raiders. Alaina Scavina, what are your thoughts?
My personal goals this year was just to have a solid season. Like nothing huge. I didn't have to go crazy, but I just wanted to play solid, put my name out there a little bit. And for my team, I want us to make it to districts. I know that. I mean, maybe go further. And for today, I've wanted to play South Range all year. I've mentioned it multiple times. And so I'm really excited to play this game today.
Here we go. It's Raiders and it's Mooney. It's today. And for people that'll be watching this 10 years from now, they'll already know the outcome. So hopefully it's something that favors somebody in this interview in some way. Alaina Scavina, we talked before the show started. You're heading down south to the University of Florida. What was it about being a Gator, right? Chomp, chomp. You got to get used to that. That really appealed to you and heading down south.
So my whole life I knew I wanted to go south for school. I knew I wanted a school with a good med school, and I was between Clemson and Florida, actually. And Florida had the med school that I wanted, and it was kind of like a dream. The campus is beautiful, and they also have amazing sports to watch, especially, I mean, their softball is amazing. So that was a big deciding factor for me.
And the exciting part about all of this is not only that you have the grades to go down and be part of that pre-med, you got a 4.5 GPA, a 31 on your ACT, and according to you, you're looking forward to going out and trying out to walk on to that Gator softball team. What is it that just you're a driven person, number one. Just, I mean, to have all of that on your resume at the ripe old age of 17, 18 years old is phenomenal. What drives you? What motivates you?
I love just making people proud. My coaches and on myself. I love to challenge myself and have something to work for. I feel like if I don't have something to work for that's challenging, there's nothing really for me to do. And that's why I felt I should try out for this team, because I'm going to be bored after playing 3 sports my whole high school career. I know that I'm going to need something to do and something to work hard for, and something that's going to be a challenge for me.
Phenomenal. And then Alaina Francis, you're going to stay home at YSU. We love having you around. Obviously, if you get bored there, we'll give you a headset and you can do some softball games for us for YSN. But you're going into business. You got a 4.1 GPA. What drives you and what motivated you to stay around here?
A lot that motivated me was my family. My brother and my sister also went to YSU, and so I like to stay close. And my brother plays baseball at YSU. So I want to go and like watch his games and support him. So a lot that's kept me home with my family.
Well, your brother, of course, and we don't like to shine the light on other family members necessarily, but your brother's the legendary Ysn Francis, a longtime YSN guy. So we got to give him some love, right?
Got to.
All right, let's get to some random questions, ladies. And here's how it works: it's the first thing that comes to your mind, and you got to be true, you got to be honest, and knowing that you're good Catholic girls. That's part of what your makeup is. All right, so let's start with Alaina Francis. Where do you spend most of your free time during the day?
I do a lot at home. I like to watch movies. I don't have much free time because
I can imagine.
but when I do get free time, I like to spend it at home.
Okay, so you like watching movies. What's your favorite movie? What's your go-to to watch?
I like my favorite like movie series is the Fast and Furious movie series.
Oh no! Oh, there's like 100 of those,
Oh,
and they're all the same movie. Alaina Scavina, where is the most beautiful place you've ever been?
I took a trip to Hawaii with my family.
Was there a favorite part of that trip?
We did like the road to Hana, where you kind of drive down this one-way road and you get to see all these different tourist attractions.
Very cool. I hope to be in your shoes someday, or your flip-flops, and go to Hawaii. That's a bucket list for my family. All right, let's go, Miss Scavina. First, this time, how often? And nobody's gonna watch this, so you have to be completely honest. How often do you stay up past 3 a.m.?
A lot. I'm not even gonna lie. With studying, I procrastinate a lot for studying, and then I end up staying up very late and stressing myself out.
With a 4.5 GPA, I can't even argue that, because I can't imagine how much you have to study based on being a 3-sport athlete. All right,
yeah.
Miss Francis, what is more important, a great car or a great house, and why?
A great car. Me personally, I like to drive fast. So a good car really good for me.
Dad's gonna be watching this and saying, "Oh, you like to drive fast, huh?"
I'm sorry.
Okay. Where is let's go, Alaina Francis again. Where's the most beautiful place near where you live?
Like in Ohio or in the US?
Well, you live in Ohio, so let's go with Ohio first. Is there a place that you go to that you're like, okay, this is my Zen spot? Like, I love it. It's beautiful here.
Not really. If I want to like get Zen, I like drive around. That's like my peaceful.
Slow. You drive slow around to get your Zen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Alaina Scavina, what do you bring with you everywhere you go?
Everywhere I go. Well, I'd love to say my phone, but that's a given. Everywhere I go. I don't have like one certain item that I would say I would bring everywhere that I've traveled to.
Naturally, it's like nowadays it's your phone. Like if you forget your phone, your day's over.
Yeah.
All right, let's go with this question's for both of you, because I'm really interested. How much time do you spend on the internet, and what site do you go to the most?
Gosh.
Who do you answer first? Are you answering, Alaina?
It's whoever wants to go first this one.
I'd have to say probably tops 3 hours a day, maybe 4, which is not good. But it's definitely TikTok and Snapchat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Francis?
Mine's the same. I'm around 4 hours, and a lot of it is on TikTok.
See, I was going to give out a free YSN shirt if we had a plug, but all right, I guess we'll play second fiddle to TikTok.
I do watch a lot of YSN.
All right, all right, so this is a perfect opportunity. I don't know what your status is, but anybody that wants to date Alaina Scavina or Alaina Francis, here you go. One thing you don't do, what is the most disgusting habit some people have that you cannot stand?
Oh, I have one. When they like gum too loud.
Okay, loud chewing.
Yeah.
I guess mine's not really like disgusting, but my biggest pet peeve is when people sing off key. It just bothers me. I don't know why.
Is there a face that you have for some? Here, let me put you up full screen, and you can give the face for somebody that sings off key, because I can only imagine what that face is.
I couldn't even. I'd probably just sit there and I'm like.
I love it.
It's me.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we gotta go. What's your face when somebody's chewing too loud? Okay. What is your, from a standpoint of what you've done in the last 4 years? Take away the COVID year. What has been your most memorable moment as a Cardinal Mooney Cardinal on this softball team? Alaina, Scavina, we'll start with you.
Mine would have to be this year. Me and Alaina both hit back-to-back home runs in the Ursuline game. And even though we lost, it was just a really special moment for us in our last time playing them.
I like it. Alaina Francis?
That's probably my first, but I'm not going to repeat her. So my second will be my freshman year. The bases were, there's 2 runners on, and they walked Conchetta Rinaldi before me, and I went up and I hit a home run.
Wow. The disrespect turns into ultimate respect for the rest of your time at Cardinal Mooney. Ladies, the last question for each of you. What we try to do is give you an opportunity to talk about your support system throughout the years and obviously the role models that you have, whether it's inside or outside of your family. You both have wonderful families. So I'm going to give you this time to just give them not only a shout out, but a thank you for all they've done for you to this point in your senior year. Let's start with Miss Francis. Go ahead.
I'd like to thank my dad, my mom for bringing me to all my softball tournaments for so many years. My stepdad for taking me to extra practices. My brother for catching my pitching lessons, always giving me tips. My sister, because she now coaches me and she gives me the best advice and the only one that could really put me in my place. And then I'd like to thank Alaina for playing with me for so long and really knowing me when I pitch and calling the best pitches that we decide in the situation.
Well, good luck, Miss Scavina, following that up.
I want to thank my mom for catching me since I was 8 years old and me nailing her a couple times, so I'm sorry about that. My dad for teaching me when I was little and getting me the dedication that I have now. Coach Reinhardt from freshman year believing in me. Alaina for playing with me for so long, just always being my biggest support on and off the field. And then my pitching coach, Aaron Gabriel, who has literally given me everything I have now and taught me so much.
Okay, so I lied. One last question, okay? Because I know how much Mooney means to both of you. What does it mean to wear that Block M on your jersey at school, on your Letterman's jackets? Why is Mooney so important to both of you? Alaina, Scavina, we'll start with you.
Mooney's so important because I feel that everyone around here looks at Mooney for we want to beat them. They're number 1 on our list this year. And I feel like that's just such a big, not responsibility, but I love having it because I love showing people that we can do it and that they shouldn't look down on us and that they should want to play us and that they should be scared of us sometimes.
I like it.
I think Mooney, like why I chose this is really for the Mooney family. There's so many people that are there to support you. Like the alumni they're there. The other people's parents are always there to support you and they tell you good job. And before the game, they tell you good luck. And I think the whole Mooney family is just very supportive.
Ladies, it has been an absolute honor. Thank you for taking time out of your busy days, very busy days, to sit down with us and to always support YSN in one form or fashion. And I guess I can break the news to you. Ladies, you are going to be part of the YSN All-Star game coming up this summer. So congratulations. Hopefully you can make it out there, and we'll see if we can get one more battery for you after all is said and done.
Thank you.
So there you have it. Special thank you to Alaina Francis and Alaina Scavina for sitting down with us earlier this morning. 2 very special young ladies, and they've got their hands full tonight. They mentioned it already. South Range is a team they're taking on tonight, and South Range is a team that everybody wants a piece of right now, being that they are the returning state runner-up. They have the target on their chest. They have their target on the back, and really, you know, you could get a taste of what it is right now for Mooney. What this would mean to them. I think there's a certain level of disrespect that they feel. They haven't been given much in the way of coverage and not much in the way of love across the board. So this is their opportunity. And I know that both of those young ladies are amped up and ready to go tonight obviously a South Range team that has, 3 members of their team, not only on the first team or second team Northeast Ohio team, but Kelly Zolik able to be first team All Ohio as a catcher and as a junior. There, there's a lot of talent on that team. There's going to be a lot of great games on the network tonight, and we're going to get to them right now. Taking a peek at it. One game that, if you're just looking to watch a game for free, probably going to be our Facebook game of the night, is going to be West Branch versus Columbiana at Mount Union. Joe Eusebio is going to have the call for us. That one's absolutely free. A regular season tune-up for both these teams as Columbiana goes into, I think they play tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have Brady Kridler kind of confirm that here in the next few minutes, as a matter of fact. For playoff, again, one price, $9.99. You buy a ticket anywhere on YSN on our page. Make sure it's our ticket. It's $9.99. There's no added charges or anything like that unless you use like a PayPal. So Sebring at Highland Christian, I will have that game. It'll be at Next Level game. First pitch set for 5 p.m. We'll also have at 5 p.m. Lordstown at Brookfield. Matt Morrison will have the call for that one. Matt Marr will have Maplewood at Lowville and Scene 1. That game at 5 o'clock. Another 5 o'clock game. East at Howland. Noah Ricks will have the coverage for that 5 p.m. Camel at Cardinal Mooney. Of course, baseball game. Alec Caberna will have coverage on Scene 2. West Geauga at Struthers on Scene 3. Bob Zanny and crew will have that one covered for you. East Liverpool at New Philadelphia. Nate Kelly will have the call for us on YSN. Then we go over to the softball diamond. We're at 3:30, literally like right now. They're playing right now. Anthony Hartwig has the first pitch with Mooney and South Range. Gilmore Academy at 5:30 will take on United at South Range. Anthony and I believe Chris Sigler will be on the call for that one as well. Another 3:30 game starting literally right now is going to be Rootstown and Newton Falls going at it at LeBray. Brian Oatridge will have the coverage of both these games. Also, his back end will have Kirtland versus Ursuline at LeBray as well. 5 o'clock. Let's start with a 3:30 game. Canfield at Aurora, or versus Aurora at Jefferson. Pat Sardor will have that one, and then he'll also have West Branch versus Poland at Jefferson. And that's going to do it, it looks like, for the night. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 games for one price, $9.99. Again, gets you everything you need. Everything you need. If there's any adjustments, there's any cancellations, things of that nature, we will bring you up to date. And if you already purchased it, we had a couple of people that purchased the game last night that got moved from one location to the next. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. We're not out here to necessarily make oodles and oodles of money, but we're out here to make sure that these kids are represented. We do have a big business here at Why I Said. Seth says Jefferson with a big upset over Kirtland. Is that like, are you telling me it's going to happen? Like, are you calling it, or did it actually happen? I'm looking. I don't know. We'll check during the break. Seth, let me know what you mean. We'll address it. Coming up after the break, immediately after the break, Columbiana's baseball's finest. We've interviewed a lot of their guys already. One guy that I had to interview. I've been friends with their family for a very long time. Very, very close to them. They're some of my favorite people in the world. We're going to interview Brady Kridler. It actually happened, Seth says. That's insanity. Good for you. Good for them. They were 21. Kirtland was 13. That's a big upset. Big upset. Brady Kridler will join us in just a few minutes after the break here on YSN. Again, make sure you tune in. ysnlive.com/live, a complete rundown of all those games that we have. Make sure you check those out and support local business, support local athletes at the same time. And we will see you. I mean, some of these games are starting right now, so make sure you get your ticket now so you can get all of these games and watch them. Open up multiple tabs. Do what you got to do. You're not going to want to miss, especially that South Range versus Cardinal Mooney one. Anthony's all primed and amped up about that. So we're going to take a break, come back with Brady Kridler right after this on the YSN Power Hour. reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
WRS Wealth Advisors, the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Located on South Avenue in Boardman.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, Clipper fans all over. It's time for the player profile. It's baseball time once again. It's been for a little bit, but it feels like finally baseball is here, the weather's breaking, and we get a chance to finally, and I mean finally, sit down with the senior from Columbiana, Brady Kridler. BK, what's going on, my dude?
Nothing much. Living the dream right now.
You are. You're a senior. You're on your way out. You told me you got one presentation left today, and then you are just waiting for that piece of paper and crossing that stage. How did we get here so quickly? I remember you as a freshman. I remember just meeting you and being so impressed by the young man that you are. And you have done nothing but impress me every step of the way. Does it feel like it's flown for you too, from your freshman year all the way to your senior year?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. But it's been crazy. It feels like it's went by so fast. In a blink of an eye, it was over. It was the last day of school, and before I knew it, it was over.
What kind of things are you just so excited about? Taking those next steps on your journey. And obviously, hanging up the cleats, which is not going to be easy, and we'll talk about those cleats here in a little bit. But from a standpoint of you growing and as a man, as a part of society, what things excite you the most about walking across that stage, grabbing that paper, and heading on with the rest of your life?
Seeing where the next chapter will take me and see what I can accomplish next outside of being a kid and being outside of high school and outside of baseball. See what I can do in the real world.
So what kind of things do you want to accomplish? I mean, naturally that, everybody's going to school or going into the workforce. It sounds like you're going to go into the workforce and then kind of accomplish your dreams as they come to you. Tell everybody what you're looking to do.
I'm looking forward to be a barber after I work for a little bit, and then I want to start in a shoe selling business and hopefully eventually have a shoe store inside of my barber shop.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot, Brady Kridler. So for those who don't know, you are styling and profiling more than Ric Flair. Talk to me about where you got your fashion sense, kind of when you got that fashion sense, and how much you're looking forward to kind of recreating the area's fashion from Brady Kridler.
I don't know. I always grew up on High School Musical, Zac Efron, and then not gonna lie, Just Bieber just a little bit. But I don't know. I just brought something into my own. I feel like I'm different from other people, like my friends and stuff. I dress different, have different ideas and patterns in my head. But my cleats symbolize something, my gloves symbolize something. It's just something I've always been into. All
right, the coolest thing, last year, I'm sitting in the camera well at PNC, and I see you walk out with these lime green shoes. They were awesome. Talk to me about, team colors, you're red and white for the Clippers.
Yeah.
But your shoes make you stand out a little bit. First off, really cool of the coaches to allow you guys to have those different off-branded shoes that aren't black or white or red. And then secondly, what drew you to the bright green and purple shoes?
I don't know. They just stand out. I just like the pop and things. In my shoes that I have a lot of shoes that just stand out, and a lot of others would just like be drawn away from it because just how much out there they are. That's just something I'm into, something that stands out.
All right, I got to tell you, I'm a little bit of a sneakerhead myself. I got my fair share of shoes that is probably borderline a problem for most. How many pair of shoes do you have right now?
I'd say probably like 30.
Okay, so we're on the same par then.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite pair that you love but you just cannot wear?
Yeah, I have these pair of customized shoes I got a few years ago. They're this like rainbow. They're like purple, blue, lime green, orange. They're pretty sweet, pink.
And you have a very special pair of shoes and your glove this year for your senior year.
Yep.
Would you care to expound on that and talk a little bit about what not only this season but that particular glove, that particular set of shoes mean to you?
Yeah, so every color has like a symbol and like they all recognize something. Like the purple and the glove and the cleats, like they both match like perfectly. And the purple symbolizes strength, transformation, and power. It's also the ribbon color for ADHD, which makes me think about my brother who has ADHD. And he used to play baseball, but he quit because it just messed him too much and he couldn't get through the sport. And it just makes it hard for him to do a lot of things and play a lot of sports that he loves. And then the orange and the yellow is for suicide prevention, and which is a huge thing to me because I've battled with those thoughts in my past and throughout my life that I had to get through. So that's just a huge part to me. And then the green's for renewal and immorality. And then the light blue is symbolizes trustworthiness and reliability. And then the gold's for illumination, love, compassion, courage, passion, magic, and wisdom. And I made them for something to think about every single time I step onto the field because I love playing the game and it gives me something to play for even harder and every single day I step on.
You know what's awesome about you, Brady, is you come from a great family. You come from a great of just great people in your family that constantly support you. You know, you're constantly loved, and obviously mental health is a very serious subject. And you've kind of brought it up that you've had those thoughts. What helps you through the day? What has pushed you to be the person you are today, and not just be a person that's a statistic that could have been with some of those thoughts, but be someone that goes out and represents and says that there's a light at the end of the tunnel?
You just always got to believe in yourself. Always got to believe that there's something more, because there always is. There's never a wrong answer to anything. There's never a wrong. It's never a right or a wrong way to do anything. You just got to always believe and keep your head up and just always be yourself and just know that you can do it.
Let's talk through some of those people that got you through some of those tough times and really kind of showed you the way. Who were they and why are they so important to you?
My mom helped me through a lot of it. My dad, my siblings, and especially my sister, Cami. She was there for me a lot of the time. She helped me through a lot of things. And my stepmom, my brothers, like I said, just a lot of people. And then all my friends like Riley, Baden, Tony, Trevor, Spooner, all those guys, Rick, Max, James. Just a whole lot of people helped me through a lot of stuff that I had to. You
talked about Cami.
Yeah.
I can't help but be impressed because she is wise, beyond her years. We're looking forward to being able to cover her because she's an outstanding athlete, but as good of an athlete as she is, she's that much better as a person. Talk to me about the relationship that you two have.
Not gonna lie, whenever we were younger, we hate each other. Not gonna lie, we didn't talk to each other. But then we grew up, came closer, and realized that we needed to be there for each other and needed each other whenever we went through those hard times, and that we're always going to be there for each other. But she's just a great person, great athlete, like you said. I'm excited to watch her grow.
It's going to be awesome. Let's talk about this baseball season. It has been a roller coaster ride for you your senior year. You guys start out red hot, and no pun intended, for being the main color of the Clippers. And then it was just like you lost 4 in a row, and then you got back on the horse, and now the postseason's here. What was that like for you as one of these senior leaders to be able to kind of navigate those choppy waters, navigate when you guys were sailing, and then trying to figure out what team are we heading into the postseason?
It was definitely tough losing those 4 games, especially the first one United, but we just had to keep battling. We knew that we were a great team. We just knew we hit a stump. But we knew we had a battle. We had to get in the right mindset. A lot of us hit a stump. We're in slumps. Couldn't get out of them. Some of us were still hitting red hot. But we just knew that we were the team. we knew what we had to do and what we had to plan from the beginning of the year. And we knew we had to keep fighting for it.
What things kept you guys kind of moving forward? I mean, when you go into a 4-game stretch where you lose 4 after you won 10, I think.
Yeah, 10,
straight. Yeah. I mean, that can be absolutely devastating to a team because you start that spiral, right? It's like watching the toilet water circle the drain. You wonder who you are, trying to figure out, okay, how do we get out of this? What was it that kept you guys going? What motivated you? What got you out of that slump that you talked about?
Well, it definitely started with some tough bus ride homes, I'm not going to lie. Pretty quiet bus rides home, but then we all just decided as a team, talked amongst each other, not as much as a group, but just amongst close ones and close friends that are on the team. And we just realized that we were the team. We knew what we had to do. We knew that we are a team to beat, knew what we have to put on the table and what to play for this year, and that we just had to keep battling, just keeping the right mindset, keep picking each other up, and just never got down on each other is the biggest thing. A lot of team chemistry we have this year.
You know, one of the things I tell everybody is Columbiana is a dangerous team, and it's just something about that Block C and that airplane that intimidates people. And it's something that I've had to deal with, and I've had nightmares of Columbiana baseball for longer than you've been alive, young man. But I will tell you this, what is it about wearing that Block C and that clipper that transforms your attitude from, every time you touch that dirt, every time that cleat touches that dirt in Columbiana, that you guys are a force to be reckoned with?
There's just something about this place. There's just something about Columbiana that's different than other places. There's a lot of people here that love you, love each other. There's a lot of things to play for around here. It's just a great place to be.
All right, I got to ask you about the hat. So obviously we're used to seeing the Block C on the hat.
Yeah.
You're a swaggy cat. You love fashion. When Coach Wolf made that change to the clipper, give him a grade. Did he do well, or does he just maintain it?
Well, at first, I'm not going to lie, I wasn't liking it. I didn't like it at all. But I didn't say nothing. But I hated it. And then they came out, and I got them. I like it a lot more than C, to be honest.
I'm a fan. I never thought I'd ever see myself wearing Columbiana gear, but I went out and I said, hey, I need to get the next time you order those hats, man, I'm in.
There might be a few extra.
Well, if there's a few extra, I better get one. But Wolfie told me they're out of stock. So
I can do my hardest. I'll look.
All right. Well, you hook me up, and I'll make sure I trade you off with a YSN hat. Fair?
All right. Sounds good. Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's talk about some random questions here, man. We talked about what you're going to do in your future. You want to be a barber, open up your own business. I appreciate that. I love that. Let's get to know you a little bit off the field. Brady, you ready?
Yep.
All right. How much time do you spend on the internet, and where do you usually spend it?
Oh, a lot of it's on my phone, but it's definitely got to be a lot of TikTok.
That's the third time I've heard that today.
And
TikTok.
YouTube. And there's a lot of YouTube, though.
Okay. So what are you searching on YouTube?
It's definitely just college baseball.
Okay. I respect
college
that.
Baseball highlights. A lot of playoffs. A lot of playoff games.
Okay. You ready? What is the most disgusting habit that some people have?
Oh. Probably talking with their mouth full.
Okay. That's the second time I got that today, too.
I hate that one.
Let's go with what recent news story do you find the most interesting to BK?
Oh. I don't even know. I don't watch a lot of news as a problem.
You don't watch the news? What do you watch?
I'm not a big news guy.
What do you usually spend your time watching? Other than YouTube and TikTok, what do you find yourself watching?
I don't know. Usually outside with my brothers or watch some with my brothers at some cartoon.
I like that. Is there a favorite cartoon that they have that you find yourself kind of like, all right, this isn't that bad?
I don't know. My brother put on this show called Craig of the Creek the other day.
Craig of the Creek? I
don't know. It was different.
Did they put on Bluey?
No.
Oh, no, Bluey. Bluey's my go-to. I can watch Bluey. And I hope nobody uses that against me. I have 2 children at home, so
I might have to look into it.
Bluey's it's legit, man. It's funny. Where is the worst place you've been stuck in for a long time?
Oh. Probably a backseat of a hot locked car.
Oh man.
How
long was that?
I don't know. My friends went into the store and I was like, oh, I'm not going in. Then they left, took the keys, and I was just sitting back there, and I was like, there's nothing to do. It was just hot.
Oh. If you had to change your name, what would the new name be?
Ooh. Probably like a Owen. Like an
You like Owen?
Yeah.
Owen Kridler. Okay.
Yeah, Owen.
What word or saying from the past do you think should come back?
I don't know. A funny one's gang gang. That one from 2016. That's a funny one.
What does that even mean?
Well, I don't know. You went like this, gang gang. It was a funny one.
All right. Gang gang. Make it a comeback.
It's an old
one. Here's a good one. How should success be measured? By that measurement, who is the most successful person you know?
Most successful person I know is definitely my father.
And how is he measured by success?
Just through me, through what I know that he's went through, conquer and accomplish after the stumps that he hit and the bumps that he had to go over.
I love
it. You just got to step back and look at the things that he's done and accomplished and improved on.
You got a great family, man. There's no doubt about that. What is your guilty pleasure?
Ooh. ASMR, man.
What?
You don't know what ASMR is?
No.
It's like they just make these noises like in your ears, and it just calms me down. Just
really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Was there ever a moment or event in your life that defied explanation?
I don't know. I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Okay, next question. If you could learn the answer to one question about your future, what would that question be?
When will I be able to buy a house?
Wow, okay. That's a mature answer. Because most people will say, well, when do I pass away? Or when, one of those things. Like,
I don't want to know whenever I die.
Neither do I.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you're just living up to that. But
yeah, exactly.
When do I buy a house? What kind of house do you want to buy, Brady?
I don't know. Kind of like a bigger, like 2-story, nice finished basement out in out of town on like a lake.
I like it. And that's going to be expensive. As soon as you add on the lake, it's expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive now.
You might as well add a couple zeros to that.
Yep.
But dude, it is, again, I've been following your story. I've been following you for longer than you know. I'm so proud of the young man that you become, and even more so who you're going to become even further as we continue down this road. While this is all about sports and getting to know people, the X's and O's and the Jimmys and Joes. Brady, I know you've got a great support system. You've already kind of shouted them out once. Can you talk about your role models that have led you to this day to be who you are and the people that you're so proud to have in your corner?
Definitely my dad. He showed me a lot. He's been a huge role model of mine. My grandpa, for sure. He just keeps fighting through everything that he goes through. My grandma, my mom, brothers, sisters, and especially Riley McElwain. Everybody knows who he is. Big dog of the week, He's helped me through a lot. Baden Papuli, another big guy in my life. But just there's a lot more that's helped me through a lot. But those are some of the big ones.
How has baseball and being on this Clipper team helped you be who you are today?
This Clipper team this year has changed a whole lot. Changed the aspect of baseball for me. We became a family this year for sure. I feel like I'm going to know a lot of these guys, talk to a lot of these guys for a long time after this year and after everybody's even done through high school and their careers, baseball careers are over. This team's something to keep for a long time.
I know you're a very emotional. You try to keep everything inside and packed up, but obviously there's going to be a lot of emotional moments in the days and weeks to come. How do you feel like you're going to keep it together?
I don't think I'm going to be able to keep it together, if I'm going to be honest.
And that's okay.
I'm a really, really much emotional guy. I like to show emotion.
What are you going to miss most about baseball?
Seeing everybody smile every day through the sport.
That's awesome. Brady Kridler, I can't thank you enough for the time. It's been an honor again to watch you play, to watch you grow as a young man. love your family so much, and love the man that you've become, and the leader that you become, not only on the field but off the field as well, for people that are battling for their lives, to be honest. So thank you for being that man, being that light, and I'm looking forward to following you, throughout the rest of your life, man. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So thank you again to Brady Kridler, an outstanding interview with an outstanding young man. And when you look at some of the things that these kids, we've talked about, these kids go through, and they go through it a lot of times silently. They go through it, trying to sort things out themselves. Brady's got a great support system, and he's got a great group of teammates there that mean a lot to him. You could tell in some of his answers how much it's almost like a second family. Excuse me. And you look at it and you go, that was a tough one for me to get through. There was a couple times that I had to sit there and bite my cheek and try to fight through it, and knowing that he's better now than he's been in a long time. And he now gets to shine a light on some of those issues, and he's doing it through the game of baseball. And, that's one of the beautiful things about sports is, especially nowadays, you're able to kind of be that light, shine a light on certain things. You see it with cleats in the NFL. You see it with shoes in baseball, and gloves in baseball, and kind of being able to kind of personalize things that mean a lot to you in life. And kudos to Brady, and kudos to, Ryan Wolf for doing and allowing those things. Because there's a lot of coaches and a lot of school boards and programs that don't allow kids to stand out. Like, they want the same shoes or the same everything. Glove has to be black, brown, or tan. Brady's glove it's awesome. It's awesome. It'll be on this story that we put up on YSN later today or tomorrow. It's awesome, and he's got the shoes to go with it. So love that interview. Love the interview earlier with Alaina Francis and Alaina Scavina from Cardinal Mooney. Can't thank these kids enough for taking time out for us out of their busy days, especially some of their last days in school as seniors, to talk to us, because it's important, get their story out there. To me, it's just as important as the games that we do is getting to know these kids off the field and see what makes them tick. So thanks to them. We've got a great show tomorrow as well, as we will have, I believe, Kelly Zolik from South Range will join us. So that'll be exciting for us. And hopefully it's coming off a big game. Kelly's had some big games this year, as we call her the Polish cannon. Scored a 32 on her ACT. So we got some smart kids on the network as well. So we'll hopefully talk to Kelly tomorrow here on the YSN Power Hour. We got a whole list of these games that are out there tonight. $9.99 gets you all of them. Go to ysnlive.com/live for a complete list of all 15 games that we have on the network tonight. We got to get to this a little bit early because I have some breaking news that I want to talk to you about. So here we go. It's the Joe Dickey Electric What's Your Spark, presented by our friends over at Joe Dickey Electric at North Lima. And if you can't get there, head over to DickeyElectric.com and make sure you tell them YSN sent you. All right. So we've been getting the question. And if you watched the Alaina interview, you saw that we will be having the YSN All-Star Game, tentatively scheduled baseball June 25th. We're trying to finalize that, and we're trying to finalize with YSU what date works best for the softball All-Star Game. But we will be having our All-Star Game, to me, some of the best nights of the year, showcasing talent from over 50 schools. And those nights will be no different. Now, what I'm excited about is obviously the chance for these kids to have one more go around for the seniors. It's not just a senior game in their jerseys. A lot of these kids will be seniors this time around because it's a very talented class. Very, very, very talented class. But you're going to see some freshmen, some sophomores, and of course some juniors as well. What I'm excited about, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the things that we do at YSN that we don't put a whole lot of stake into patting ourselves on the back is I'm a huge advocate that if we're going to do these games, if we're going to hold these games, these all-star games that feature these kids as the entertainment, the money can't go to us. It's why we founded YSN. We want these kids to be a platform and use YSN as a platform. And we want to show them what it's like and to give back, to showcase their talents for the betterment of not only their communities, but the entire Mahoning Valley and beyond. So as of this morning, for our All-Star games, we will be partnering up with Project MKC for our baseball and softball All-Star games here in 2022. I couldn't be more excited based on what my wife and I personally owe to some of these people at Project MKC. If you're not familiarized, you will be by the time that game comes around. We'll have people from Project MKC on our show. We're going to have them throw out the first pitch. They'll be on hand for the All-Star games, hopefully to really be able to showcase some of the great things that they're doing in our valley and why they do it. Some of these kids are in such trouble in the foster system and just in general. And there's people like Project MKC that go out of their way and have built this foundation to make sure that no child is, going to bed with a soiled diaper or, still has some Christmas toys and clothes and stuff like that under the tree. It's a great charity that we're really, really excited to be partnered with. And, that's what we do. We try to go from one to the next and ones that we really believe in and feel strongly about. Project MKC is one that we certainly do. And we will be supporting. We'll be supporting with our All-Star games. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if we can get like a shirt or something. And if you bring in diapers or something along those lines, you get a free shirt for YSN. We're going to work through some of those details with them. And of course, make the best opportunities for our fans for that night to make it more fun. So that's my spark. I really, really love that one. I really am excited about this. Justin Coffin, who does a podcast, 330 Sports and More, is a part of that. He works there, and his family founded it. So we're excited to work with them, and obviously we're gonna use the YSN train to just keep chugging along down the tracks. And these kids make such a huge impact, and I think they know that when we were able to give a check away from the All-Star games to whatever charity it may be at that particular game that we're featuring, the kids get the feel goods too. So do the parents. So I know that we raised over $4,000 for Golden String this past winter in the basketball All-Star game. So the bar has been set at $4,000, and we will try to do our best to keep increasing that bar and pushing that bar up every single time we have an All-Star game until we feel like, we're making a bigger impact, and that's what sports is supposed to do. It's supposed to train you to make impacts in your community and other places in your life. And I think this is a great launching pad for these kids to see what impact they have on a very immediate basis. So looking forward to partnering with Project MKC. And again, that is your spark, brought to you by Joe Dickey Electric. Visit them on the web at DickeyElectric.com. That's going to do it for me. Thanks for sticking around and watching this great show with 3 great interviews. The Alainas, thank you very much. Brady, we appreciate you. And of course, good luck to all the teams in action tonight. And we'll report it all on ysnlive.com. Until next time, we'll see you tomorrow, 3 to 4, right here on the network. Peace. YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more,